The ones they actually flagged to Twitter before the election, 22 million came after the election. It wasn't in the run-up. They flagged 3,000. So you were off by 21,997,000. It's another error.
They said a lot of things. I stand by my story.
Sir, that's not actually a rebuttal of anything that was just said. You're just reaffirming something in which it's kind of being exposed in real time in the sentence prior to the one that you're responding to, that is not, in fact, a very well-crafted or even journalistic story. In fact, it's actually what a lot of people have been accusing you of, doing PR for the World's Richest Human.
You talk a lot about the Election Integrity Project in the Twitter files, which Stanford and the University of Washington founded to monitor attacks on our elections. And you say some stuff about them that a lot of your critics say is not true, and that affects your credibility. You said the EIP was founded in response to the government dropping its proposal for a disinformation government. Well, there you are. We're quoting you on screen. It wasn't. It was formed 2 years earlier. You suggest it was government funded, even though during the 2020 election that you're covering, it wasn't. You say they labeled 22 million tweets as misinformation in the run-up to the 2020 vote. They didn't. They flagged 3,000 election misinformation tweets for labeling, so you were only 21,997,000 off. And you also claim the EIP...
Fucking savage.
Let me finish the question, you can come back in. You also claim the EIP was partnered with the government Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Agency, CISA, to censor Twitter, but you mix up CISA, CISA, a Homeland Security Agency, with the Center for Internet Security, the CIS.
I did not know this was going to be quite the gift that it is already. This is a thing of beauty. I'm ready, though. I want to hear the defense. We're going to get a very... I'm guessing the vocal fry will probably be amped up a little extra, you know? Okay, you have to understand. Elon didn't make me do it.
Which is a non-profit. In fact, you added an A to CIS. I think people can see it there in brackets.
Okay, you know why this is a thing of beauty? I feel a little bit validated because there is something similar to this. I remember pointing out some of these, not obviously to anywhere near this extensiveness, but then in my head I was like, is that just me? Am I just being silly? Because it seems odd. It seems off.
To make that false claim. It's just error after error, Matt, on just this one topic.
Error. But the other ones aren't.
That's not an error. I mean, it's a pretty blatant intentional error. Like, an oopsie or an error is usually like, oh, there's an extra letter. You didn't put the comma in you actually spelled, it should be U, comma, R-E instead of Y-O-U-R. Okay, so that's an error. Something, I mean, we've all made that mistake there. This one looks like the intentional planting of a narrative to suit your purposes, which just would be you lying. With intent, which not a journalist myself, so I can't really say whether or not this is an egregious infraction of the journalist code, but I'm going to guess, going to assume that's not a good thing.
No,
22 million number came from their own report?
Yeah, where did it came from a report in March. Do you know what the 22 million number is, Matt? Can you tell me? Because we...
Oh my God, I did, whoa, okay, so this is one of those things where you can clearly tell Hasan is fucking... He's overjoyed. He's loving this. He's just like, oh, fucking ready. Yeah. Oh, he wants to come on the show? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. We'll bring him on the show. Oh, this is going to be good, you know? And just, he's savoring it, you know? Letting every single little morsel of the meat just melt in his mouth.
Checked. 22 million is the number of tweets about...
It's an apostrophe, not a comma. Yes. See, I made a mistake right there. A grammatical error in my bit about grammatical errors. It happens. But there's a difference between making a foible, a oopsie, oh yeah, I shouldn't have done that, and being like, okay, parentheses, and put you in brackets, put that in there. Now that makes it look a little bit like it's something completely different, which, I mean, it'll be up to the reader's interpretation with how they see this.
Election misinformation that they just mapped. How many tweets were they? The ones they actually flagged to Twitter before the election, 22 million came after the election. It wasn't in the run-up. They flagged 3,000. So you were off by 21,997,000. It's another error.
They said a lot of things. I stand by my story.
sir, that's not actually a rebuttal of anything that was just said. You're just reaffirming something in which it's kind of being exposed in real time in the sentence prior to the one that you're responding to, that is not, in fact, a very well-crafted or even journalistic story. In fact, it's actually what a lot of people have been accusing you of, doing PR for the world's richest human.
By what? So you stand by 22 million were flagged in the run-up to the election, even though that number came in March 2021, which was after the election.
No, this came in their report after the election.
Which was about some total of tweets that they counted on the election. What they flagged to Twitter was 2,980 tweets, I believe. So that's nowhere near 22 million.
Come on.
Come on, what? You got something wrong. You got CISA wrong. Why did you add A? Okay, Matt, why did you add A?
Oh, this is glorious. I'm very happy.
A in square brackets. Do you understand why people worry about?
I actually thought that.
And what?
You actually thought that? What? Again, oof, not good defense here. You know this is live, right? Like you can't afterwards be like, hey, can you cut the part where I legitimately said that I thought that I should add the A in brackets, even though it actually kind of implies that it's a completely different institution, which obviously would be really bad. Can you get rid of it?
Why didn't you fix it? I just checked the tweet before I came on air. It's been 3 weeks since it was flagged to you. Why not fix it? Do you not have editors at the racket?
I didn't realize that until now.
Okay, and what about the date? You got the date wrong when it was founded. You said it was founded in response to the disinformation board. That was last year.
Well, because Stamos is saying in the video that we were sort of created to fill the gaps.
But no, that's not what.
Oh my God, he's squirming so much.
What you say in the tweet. That's not what you say in the tweet.
The SIO was created in 2018.
No. You say, this is what you say, that the EIP was created after the public uproar paused the disinformation board. That's wrong. You need to correct that as well, don't you?
After the...
That's what you're...
So, I believe at this point, the dialogue tree, it opened up in front of Matt, and there was options before him. And then the one he went with, which was not a good knee-jerk one, was basically act indignant, and then act as if he's, like, way off base. So make a face kind of like... Because then we could go down like, oh, it is you, in fact, Mehdi, who is wrong. Yes, but then you pivoted midway. You'll notice the strategy changes in the middle of his response here. Small detail, but I think I'm onto something.
That's wrong. You need to correct that as well, don't you?
After the...
That's what your words.
See, you started out being like, after, like, wait, you idiot, after that. And then halfway through, you're like, no, I am wrong again. Like that little part in your brain probably was like, no, don't do that. No. This was a bad dialogue tree. It was the wrong dialogue tree. So let's see. How do we steer the course now?
To quote you, after public uproar paused the Orwellian Disinformation Governance Board, Stanford created the EIP. That's wrong.
Well, that's what they say.
You don't need sources, Matt. You could check the EIP website. It says it was created in 2020.
Well, that's the date that I just said.
And the disinformation.
Oh my God. My friends, guys, gals, pals, amigos, y non-binarios, that's the end of Matt Taibbi. That is basically the end of Matt Taibbi's career, right there. Hasan did that in 3 minutes. Just savage. Absolutely ruthless. There's no coming back from this.
The board was 2022.
Okay. All right.
I don't even have a read anymore. Is he humbled? Is he humbled? Is he just like, okay, all right, well, we have a difference of opinion, I suppose.
Well, then that is an error.
Yes, that is a few errors. God damn. Mehdi Hasan pulled a career ending. No, because you know what? I'm not going to tweet that out because as much as I would love that to be the case, in the Rumble world, none of this matters. Not like once you join that circuit, once it's like, yes, I want the Peter Thiel money to basically fund the entire operation, and that's what we're gonna go down. Corrections, facts, no, you just switch into the realm of feelings, all feelings, just pure feelings.
Do you enjoy the Serfs but prefer not to have to use your eyeballs? Many are saying this. Well, we've got the solution for you. It's the Serf Times in podcast form, available on most major podcasting networks now. If you enjoy it, please consider leaving a good review and feedback because it really helps the show out, apparently, and it's free, just like the podcast.
To our gods, Xander Corvus and Peyton L. Juste, we shall spend many a generations building mighty cathedrals in your honor. To our monarch, Tom Spiker, we are but your oafish jesters, here to offer you a laugh at any opportunity. To our brave knights of the Round Table, Rachel K., Izzy Solidarity, Victoria Bell, Sebastian Demmel, Mark Harmon, Benji Arney, Scary Earth Human, Tony, DM Rivera, Resident Scarecrow, Sir Nickus, Cheryl Alvarez, Ruby Kelly, Brandon, Words Greenwood, Everything Important, Hegbert Celine, Matthew Scarborough, Stellar Vision, Ariane McCarthy, Doug Cady, Daniel Sutton, Jenna Tao, Dark Puppy, Quiet One 85, Anna Loves Riley, Omni, Riley and Anna, Poodlehawk, Multimondi, Trevbot EXE, Brian Ephraim, Anthropophojack, Catherine, Ramon Acosta, Nkosin, Ralph Parler, Violent Orchard, Political Puppy, La Media Panza, Todd Buckingham, and Todd La Jeunesse. We salute our valiant heroes off to fight injustice everywhere.